This Wholesome Podcast. Wholesome B, Mitch, Wavy Trey. We got J Ham in the building today for the one time. He's excited for the show. Yeah. I love it.
Before we start, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Twitter, IG, all that good shit. Like, comment, share. Yeah.
Yes, please. All of that. So today, I seen on IG actually earlier today. It was like, it might have been like Justin the Boy, one of them type posts. But they was talking about if a woman is submissive, it's basically her being a puppet. So what I don't know from y'all is, do y'all prefer women around you to be submissive, or do you want them to kind of challenge you sometimes too?
Okay. No, I feel that a little bit. I think there's definitely levels. You know, I think different strokes, different folks for situations. You know what I'm saying? But I think there should be at least some type of independence for a woman in a relationship. I think that's at least how my situations work. I feel like I want my woman to be strong. I want her to be able to do things on her own, but, you know, have that time to be submissive for me. I don't think it should be every single moment. I don't want her to just, if I'm talking some stupid shit and she just like, all right, yeah, no, that's cool. Like, I don't think I want somebody who's just gonna fall for anything.
Needs to be someone like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. At least, you know, maybe have a little bit of bite back. You know, tell me about myself sometimes.
Me, I feel like, and I think I don't agree with saying women who are submissive are puppets, but are some of them. But I like both. Like, if you're submissive, a lot of women will be submissive because that means they are comfortable with you and comfortable with you taking the lead and shit. So then, like, if I know, like, her personality, she ain't always submissive and shit, because a lot of times, sometimes women probably take control all the time. They might got kids out of their job and shit, so they don't want to always figure out, like, what to do, or don't always want to be in charge. So they do want to take control sometimes, or most of the times. So I like one with that good balance. Like, yeah, be submissive and shit sometimes and shit, but we could still have a discussion on shit. And like, I may not always be right, even though I am always right and shit. But feel me, if you don't think so, we could talk about it. Even though I'm gonna tell you why I am always right. But yeah, don't always agree.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, don't always submit. I think there's got to be a balance.
Or even when you mad, sometimes this shit. Okay, if a person did do some fuck shit, like, okay, you mad, like, oh, I ain't finna do this shit for you today, woo, cause we beefing right now. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes that's okay, but don't be submissive. No nigga did you wrong and shit. Oh, I'm gonna do this shit anyway. You know, I know he was 1,000% wrong.
So I mean, how do y'all react when somebody, when this woman that you're dating, in a relationship with, talk to, whatever, when they challenge you on something though? So I mean, so this is somebody where y'all both said y'all want somebody that's independent, they can independently think. So when they challenge you on something, it's like, no, like this is not right, like this is incorrect, or we not going this direction, or whatever. When they challenge you on something, how do y'all reacting to that?
I feel like I think it's good to help me change my perspectives. I'm a big person on, you know, what's this person thinking, what's that person thinking, you know, kind of that whole psychology and stuff, just to at least be more aware of how people are acting. So I feel like in that case, yeah, if you telling me, you know, this is how you think when I do this stupid shit, or if I do this smart shit, whatever it is, and you tell me that's how you feel, then I feel like down the line I'm going to learn all those tactics that you have, and so I avoid.
What if you don't agree though?
What if you don't agree? Okay. Well, that does add a lot of perspective too, but that's some bullshit. Because like you said, bro, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong in this situation.
He put the whole thing so good. You're this political. You know, I'll do this. I'll do that. But I'm not wrong. What?
No, but I will say, like, yeah, in a situation of disagreements, that is all it is trying to see people's perspectives.
It is.
And so I definitely want to know how you think, and how we can avoid a disagreement in the next time that type of conversation comes up. But yeah, no, I'm not wrong. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Just say you think differently from me. You have different opinions.
I ain't gonna lie. Right now, this is 10 times funnier than it should be for a different reason. But
I mean, how you handling? So you got this person. They disagree with what you got going on.
So I mean, I like to converse with someone, like, when it's a disagreement. So tell me, I'm gonna say why I think I'm right, and then I'm gonna say why I think you're wrong, and then vice versa. If this shit don't, if me knowing I'm right don't, and you thinking I'm wrong, that shit don't outweigh each other, then nigga, I'm right. What the fuck? Like, you not coming up with any good points of me being wrong. It just, you might be your feeling, or you got some fake ass gut feeling of some other shit, and I'm thinking off of logic. Then
But so, and I think that's man thinking.
Okay, go
because
ahead.
What makes y'all point so right and this other person's point so like not fitting? You ain't gonna say not right.
I'm gonna speak for everybody in here. Men like to think logically, women like to think emotionally, and there's a big difference between the two.
But that's a cop out though. That's what everybody say, but that's the cop out.
This going back to what I said though. Depending on the situation, we're gonna have a conversation, or matter of fact, we're gonna take it old school. Let's write down I'm gonna write down my pros. I'm gonna write down your cons. You do the same. Whose pros and cons got it longer or shorter? And let's talk about this shit. I can't go on no specific shit right now, but if we do it like this and really just
how many times have you done that?
I did it like at least 2-3 times in my life. G shit, I swear to God.
But it's so. I mean, from my perspective, it's some women that can figure that part out. I mean, so if they come with more pros than you thought of, because you just can't think of anymore, does that make them automatically right?
Say that again.
If they come with more pros than you can think of,
are
they automatically right?
We're going to talk about it, but
so if they come with more pros, they not right.
No, I said no, niggas. I said if we talk about it, we'll have a conversation, and I'm not against letting a woman know I'm wrong. It ain't never happened and shit, but I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Did you say if you was wrong?
One thing I will do is take accountability. That's the one problem I do have with women though, is they have a hard time taking accountability. When they see that in their face, they're Ray Charles now.
I done dealt with that.
I was on the women's side. Women don't take accountability for nothing.
I promise
for
you.
nothing.
I promise you.
Oh my God.
I promise you. That'd be crazy to me.
Why
do you not take accountability? When I promise you, a lot of times I take accountability, but when I converse with a woman about the things I deem isn't the best or isn't right, now they mad for me, and then you mad, but you ain't hit me with no facts of your perspective. You not give me no facts on why you're thinking the way you think. But when I tell you I will act on or do things because of the way you move, I'm the devil. Fucked up. But run it back, rewind this shit, because you have not answered. So can you deal with a submissive woman? You think she's a puppet? And
I honestly prefer somebody that's more independent. Challenge me on everything.
Yeah.
So I don't want somebody that's super submissive. I personally don't like where you too submissive. I prefer somebody that's going to challenge more so than the submissive side, because I'm okay with that. Like, I want you to think on your own. By you challenging me, it helps me think in different aspects of life. Like, just think different. So I prefer somebody that's not that submissive, to be honest with you. Like, just go ahead, go with the shit. I'm a leader naturally, so regardless, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do regardless. whether you submissive, I mean, I'm gonna be what I'm gonna be regardless. So like, I'm a leader, so it doesn't matter. So no, challenge me on everything, and I'm gonna give my perspective on everything. You give yours on everything. I prefer that. I know when I done dated women that was like super submissive, and they just do whatever you say, and they never say no, and it'd be like, you like tell me no at least once or twice. Like, you can't just do everything I say.
Yeah. Tell me no, I'm be like, why no?
Yeah, seem like you're not your own person.
Yeah, you're not your own person then. Yeah. It's like I don't want to control you. Like, just say no. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm coming up with ridiculous requests now.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't care what ridiculous requests, and that bitch went through.
I don't like when it always go through. Like, this shouldn't go through. This transaction shouldn't be no good. I don't like that always. Like, nah, tell me no. Please tell me no, because I'm gonna get bored with it. Like,
yeah, fam.
No, for real.
Yeah.
But no, I like 50. Not 50-50. I like 30% submissive. I like a good 30%.
I like submissive in the right situations.
Yeah,
I feel like if there's either some shit going down, and you need me to just take the lead, there should be no questions asked. You know I'm about to make the right decision.
Right.
And obviously in the bedroom,
great point.
I'm gonna make the right decisions. Be submissive.
Yeah.
Do play your role.
Yeah, that's really when
That's a good
women
point.
need to be 100% submissive, because I'm just moving you and you feel me type shit.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't be able to just tell you, go that way. You say how far.
Yeah, I don't like
Not
that.
every time.
Not every time.
Yeah.
Let's make it the right situation, because I ain't gonna make the right decision every time. I ain't gonna make the right decision.
I'm a
every
great decision maker. I might.
time. Nah, see, and that's so people say like this other person that you're with is supposed to help build you and help you push farther in life. I personally don't think somebody submissive could actually push you to go further, because
Facts.
they're not going to challenge you. Like y'all, like he just said, like you gave an example of, I tell you go over here, you say how far. If they don't ever challenge you, like, nah, I think we should go this way.
Yep.
There's no difference in perspective.
Yeah, they're
there.
not just supposed to ride
But
the
yeah, like
coattails.
one thing, like even if I might not even go your way, at least you gave me a different perspective type shit.
Yeah, but you said you wanted them to say how far every time.
No. I said like shit. We'll talk about it. Shit, I still might choose my own shit anyways.
So you wouldn't be open to listening to a woman,
No, I said I am.
but not going their direction.
If it makes sense. If I said earlier which is very rare.
Okay.
If I'm wrong.
I'm
Very
gonna flip the question though. Would y'all be able to just follow a woman's lead? If she says, "I know this is I know you believe this, but just trust me on this."
There's only one circumstance, and that's she got to be a millionaire, and she gonna tell me whatever the hell I'm doing. I wake up in the morning. All right, this is what you having for breakfast. All right. Okay. Are we going to the Himalayas after this? Yep. Okay. All right. That's the only way.
Yeah.
It like this for me, like, cause when I eventually find my type of person, whatever, feel me, I want it to be like business wise, like we doing shit together. So if she got a better knowledge in certain areas and shit, yeah, for sure, I'll follow her lead if she just got more knowledge.
What if y'all are equal? You're equal in the knowledge.
Oh, we equal. We'll talk about it, shit. Brainstorm.
But I'm saying, what if she's like, "Don't just follow my lead on this"?
No. If we equal, I like no. Let's think and talk about this shit. Everything, no matter what, everything's a fucking discussion. So I ain't just gonna be like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna talk about it and let's see.
Yep. Yeah. A relationship is supposed to be a negotiation. There's no way like if I'm telling you to do everything and you just saying okay every time, then this is either 100 and 0 or it's 90 10. But if we're negotiating and finding our ways in the middle, it's maybe 55 45 50 50, whatever y'all comfortable with.
I hear y'all, but as men, at some point, y'all don't be like, "No, this is what's gonna happen."
I said I'll hear her out.
But I'm saying y'all both. I said that because y'all saying two things.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all saying, okay, it's a discussion, hear him out, but then y'all also saying you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But if it's reversed and it's flipped, you're not gonna do what she wants to do, regardless, even if it's a discussion.
I did not say that.
Go ahead.
You did. You said you have a discussion, but at no point did you say you're gonna follow her lead, unless she knows more than you. It can't. If it's equal, you're not gonna follow her lead.
I will have to sit on it and we'll discuss it, and then I'll sleep on it and figure it out. I ain't just gonna go right away, be like, oh shit, yeah baby, right.
Why not trust them?
Okay, no, I hear you out, because I'm not gonna be the submissive one, but I will be a listener. If you're telling me something that I probably should do and I don't hear you out right away, maybe I do need to sleep on it.
And also, feel me, you telling me some shit and I don't know, and you telling me some shit, I'm gonna do my own research and see, like, do this align with what she's saying in this whatever fucking field of shit we're talking about. But I'm not just gonna just right away, like, you feel me? Cause growing up, my people said, always get your own knowledge. So I'm gonna hear someone out and shit, but then look that bitch up myself just for my own reassurance type shit.
What about just trusting that person as you would want them to just trust your view and your perspective and what you believe?
Yeah, please trust me, but shit, do your research too.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
If you want to follow me in blind faith, you should do it because I'm not a wrong person. But no matter what,
that's the wildest perspective. I gotta stop that's the wildest perspective.
No, but you know I'm right as fuck.
Wrong.
Even though I'm right as fuck, you should always do your own research, no matter what. Because that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not wrong. But if you don't know that I'm never wrong, you ain't gonna find out till later. Do your research just to make sure.
I think that's a valid point. You know,
yeah.
I think that would be my biggest issue is, you know, rather than submitting to whatever, you know, my woman or what somebody tells me to do, doing your research helps you in that situation of being like, okay, they were right, but at least there was
the reassurance.
There was something in me that at least took the step to make sure that, you know, I'm making the right choice rather than.
Because at the end of the day, we're too old to be following people no matter what and just blind faith in anything. Like, if you working towards shit, like shit could be costly. Like, in any way, emotionally, financially, we trying to like minimize. I'm trying to minimize risk in my life if it don't make sense. Me personally.
Yeah, but with a lot of things, just in general, I mean, you could find the research that support either viewpoint. So I mean, say y'all research whatever, and it's at a standstill. That happens. Mm-hmm. Somebody at some point has to compromise and say, you know what, somebody has to follow here.
Yeah, I feel like at that point it's either if it's kind of right in the middle.
Yeah,
you got to find where your morals lie, where you think something makes a good enough point, or you do gotta, if that's your partner, you gotta trust them for real. Like
at some point you gotta trust them. At some point you got to. Otherwise, why are you with them if you could not trust them with any of that? At some point, it's just like, because I mean, it has to go both ways. At some point they're gonna have to trust you. It's like, nah, I got this. Some point they gotta be, to me, in my opinion, they gotta be able to tell you, I got this, and you gotta be like, all right, you know what, you got it. You got it.
But yeah, I'm cool with that as long as we went through all the proper steps first.
Yeah, y'all. Let's say y'all both research it, did whatever, and y'all understand still. Your viewpoint's still different than her viewpoint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But at some point, you gotta be like, somebody has to be the person that steps down and say, you know what, you got it. I trust that you got it. So I mean, for me, I'm not doing as much. I'm not gonna do as much as y'all doing. I might just, if I believe in somebody and I just believe in them and say, you know what, you got it. If they don't got it, then of course, then it is what it is. We recover from there. But you got to be able to put that trust in people. Sometimes you can't be in control of everything.
Okay, I could learn a few things from you, bro.
Well,
I'm hearing you out.
I'm sticking with what the fuck I said.
I just don't know how that works in certain situations where y'all just don't budge, because that happens.
Yeah, I feel like that's really what marriage is about.
Yeah.
When you're really locked in with somebody and they tell you this, you be like, all right, yeah, you right. Yeah. Go ahead and figure that out. You made the right choice. You're always gonna make the right choice.
And sometimes it's gonna be the wrong choice. Yeah, both ways.
Yeah, but you just gotta trust that person.
I would trust them after we put in the knowledge and the steadiness of each person's perspective. Then yes, I would take the leap.
Yeah, I said that was out of it.
Yeah, yes. Then I would take.
But you disagree still with they study. They disagree with your study.
If we doing different shit, like, feel me, out of 10 times, we can go her way 3 times out of the 10.
I mean, it's only a few decisions that's like that. But but that does lead into marriage. So I mean, what I wanted to ask within that though is, as y'all start to get to that point, whatever, are y'all prenup prior to marriage or no?
That's deep.
But I mean, that's the type of stuff that leads to one or not.
Yep. Hey, I'm all for whatever anybody's comfortable with. I think that shouldn't really be a question. I think anybody should just be okay with it. Like, if you're in it for the right reasons, you don't need that. It shouldn't matter. Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah, I think of it 2 ways. If we're getting married, then that means we're aiming to get married forever. So if we're supposed to be married forever, then shit. Yeah, we sure, let's do the prenup and shit or whatever, because this should be an issue in the first place. But on hindsight, like, if I'm fucking around married someone I've been knowing since, like, back in the day, like, over 10 years or some shit, as opposed to someone I just met recently, the person I probably knew back in the day, probably no prenup and shit.
That's crazy.
someone I just met
his
right
trust
now.
level, I guess.
Someone I just met right now. I mean, this ain't like just don't fit like 100%, but I see people's thought level of if I know someone forever, I trust them more than someone I just met right now.
I think that's always going to be a tough discussion for anybody to have. Like, I don't know if anybody can really just meet you in the middle with something like that.
I think people have to, because I think a lot of times it's probably a discussion like where people don't see eye to eye. Because I mean, like Trey just said, where if you see this being a forever thing, like you say, why would you need it?
Or the more reason why we need one, because it'll be set in stone and shit. So we should never be divorced. So yes, the prenup there, but if we don't never need it, then we don't need it. Don't worry about.
So then why get it?
Because marriage is forever, but in case it's not, then yo bad.
So yeah, if you fucking up, then you did fuck up. Cause I already.
Yeah, but if it's not going to get there, then we good. Like, you shouldn't be tripping on this paperwork if we're going to be together forever.
So some people might say, though, they might be like, the paperwork of a prenup is perpetuating something negative that's going to happen that hasn't happened yet. It's like you're putting that negative energy in the air for what? If you believe what you believe, then believe it. You ever heard of, like, I'd be like athletes, stuff like that, and artists be like, there is no plan B. This is what it is.
Marriage is totally different.
What's the difference?
Okay.
First of all, yeah, that's a great way to think, but you see all these motherfucking athletes and fucking artists, not all of them, but motherfuckers become bankrupt and shit because they only have one plan. They didn't fucking invest their money and shit. They didn't invest their time properly. They were just banking on this one thing. You always need a fucking backup plan. Like, even if it's your last case, you should always think of every fucking scenario in every situation. Prenup just there, just the. No matter what in life, you gotta think of the worst case scenario. You gotta get life insurance because you gotta think of the worst case scenario. It just all that shit goes in the same shit. Like,
I feel that one of my favorite quotes is "Prepare for the worst, but still praying for the best."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hate on nobody for having it or anybody not having it, but yeah, like if you're a person in a position of power, you got a lot of money, you might be more prone to trying to do something like that. Opposed to somebody who, you know, don't got shit, they still might get fucked over even without having that.
Because also you gotta see like this, like, yes, okay, yeah, I thought I was gonna be with my wife forever, whatever. Now she done took 50% of my shit, whatever. But that money I was using, my money might not be coming in like it was like when we first met and shit. But I was taking care of a bunch of motherfucking people, my family, my immediate family and shit. So now you taking all my money when I was taking care of a whole village. Like, if we married and we get divorced, no matter what, you're good. I'm gonna take care of you, especially we had kids. Like, I ain't gonna leave you out to dry and shit like that. But you fucking up what the fuck I got going on if I already had my money like planned.
You don't think that's a bad way to think if you're in a marriage? You talking about all this It's not an situation. Idea of a marriage is it's a we have our immediate family. We have all this that we're possibly building.
Yeah,
it's all about what we are doing. If you're still worried about what you doing, then that might be the conflict right there.
At the end of the day, we're still individuals.
But the idea of a marriage is that you're joining as individuals to become a union of.
Very true. That's all fine and dandy until a woman get divorced and scorn and fucking want to take a nigga all the nigga money.
But what if
vice versa? You feel me?
Yeah, but what if this woman helped you build most of that before y'all was married?
Then that's totally different. Like, yeah, shit, you get her. Everything's situational. If she helped
he said, I don't know.
Hey, no, I'm definitely, I'm a little conflicted. There's a good reason I'm in the middle.
That's tough.
No, like, it's different. If this woman helped you build the shit, like, from the beginning, that different. Everything's situational. Everything depends on scenario. If she just went out rocking with, and then she just seen it come up, or just started fucking with nigga when I was on, like, when I came up, two different scenarios. Everything. Just because I say one thing, it don't mean if, like, a shoe, like, if it's a fit all type shit. Like, everything's situational.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get where you're going with that, and I think that's the problem with marriage. It is ultimately a contract.
It is a contract.
It is. And marriage, relationships, a negotiation. So, I mean, I don't know. I've never been married, so I can't be the person to say, how to do any of this stuff.
No idea.
So anybody who's in a married situation, don't look at me for advice. I don't know what to tell you.
But like you seen shit or seen people whatever done been through divorce and shit, and like yes, they didn't get a prenup because the worst did happen, even though they thought it didn't. Now the niggas borderline bankrupt. Feel me? He got to start over because he's in a little ass apartment while she got a big crib. This nigga struggling. Feel me? Paycheck to paycheck. And then still gotta give her all the money while she just living good fucking that other nigga.
Well, hey, and people do change. People do change over time.
Yeah, I talk about that all the time. People definitely change, but it's like, to me, it's like, why even get married if you already planning what's after that?
So you ain't gonna get no prenup?
I might not get married. If I'm not gonna get a prenup if I get married. Nah. To me, it doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense to me. But if I feel like this might not work, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and it goes back to that trust too. Like you just gotta trust.
You gotta trust the person.
Gonna make the right decision. So
you gotta trust them.
If you're in the situation where you feel like you need a prenup, then maybe you do have some hesitation.
Yeah, I don't need to be with them. Whoever I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna be able to put my life in their hands and be like, regardless of if we together or not, I'm gonna trust to be able to be like they gonna hold me down. Otherwise, I'm not going to marry them. Period. Like, it's simple to me. I just won't get married. That's okay. I live. It's all right. I ain't gonna die.
If I fuck around and get a fat ass bag and shit, I'm like,
You gonna get married then? With somebody that you don't trust?
No, I mean, I'm gonna trust them, but shit. Like,
just not with your money.
I don't trust her that
I
much.
trust them, but shit, can I trust me too? Trusting me is still having my own back, just worst case scenario.
Part of trusting yourself, though, is being able to trust others.
Yeah, for
Vulnerability,
sure.
yeah.
Vulnerability, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's being able to say, you know what, I trust myself enough to know that I surrounded myself with somebody solid.
I'm
gonna
still,
hold me down.
maybe I'm still working on the vulnerable part on
He been
my
hurt
end.
too many times. I get it, bro.
No, I ain't never been hurt for real, just...
but it hurt. It's okay.
No, I ain't really never been hurt for real, but it's just the way... This just naturally me. This is how I've always been. It's hard for me to be like open on that aspect, just fully trust if I ain't never had no reason to type shit.
You never had no reason to trust somebody? no,
not like that.
You gonna marry her?
That you put a bed. That you put a married? That's a wild statement.
No, that's different. Like,
wild.
That's different. But if niggas got a whole bunch of fucking money to worry about, I don't at this moment in time. But if a nigga did, if a nigga did, like, I need a fucking plan D, F, G's.
So what about as a regular individual? We're not talking about like none of us have millions right now. Let's say today,
as we are situational, so I'm
as we are today.
If I meet someone as I am today and how I am now, situational. So
this is the situation.
I say situational. Then no prenup because she generally fucking with me. If you meet someone like later down the line rich, like that's hard to. From what I,
but you not there. We talk about what's today. Don't even set up the scenario. Today.
Yeah.
So today, no.
Yeah, no, I don't need no prenup.
Today.
Yeah. I don't need no prenup. If I trust that person enough, then yeah. If I trust them enough to marry them, I should trust them enough to not have to.
I mean, that's my only point, because it's like, people always set up these scenarios, and it'd be like,
So even you had millions, and you just met her, like, you had millions for, like, 5 years. You met her 2 years ago. You ain't gonna get no prenup?
If I had to get a prenup, I'm not going to marry her. It's really that simple for me. So if I feel like she might do me wrong at some point, in any way, shape, or form, no, we're not getting married. Sorry. I hate to break it to you, there's going to be no ring in your future.
We just gonna be
I mean, you Charles Barkley out here. Ain't no championship. There is no championship for you. But it's for real.
No, big fact.
Because if I feel like, I mean, I don't know, but if I feel like you're not going to hold me down, just period, like regardless if we break up, whatever, then I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, that's just what it is. You can't just be giving out rings. You gotta work for it.
No, I mean, even if I trust someone 100%, you feel me, on vulnerable shit or whatever, if I'm up like that, just like, I done really seen different scenarios of people, not just women, people be going after marriage and really ready to take it all. Like, you see what the fuck happened to Mary J. Blige and shit? Like,
Mary J. Blige been used and abused her whole life. That's what her music about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma there. I'm not trusting Mary J. Blige.
No.
She's a savage. I'm not trusting her.
No.
Oh.
Nigga, damn. No, Mary J. Blige, you're an amazing woman and I would marry you. But nah, I'm talking about dude, like she married dude. Okay, this a nigga for me. Shit, nigga divorced her, ran out with his bag, monthly.
So let's say y'all married somebody that had a lot more money than you. They wanted a prenup. That's this Mary J. Blige scenario, right?
Yeah.
Y'all signing it just right out the gate. It's all good.
You gotta take that one on the chin.
Yeah. I'm signing that prenup. Cause I'll be with her forever.
I hope Mary J. Blige see this.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm looking forward to that for you, bro.
Yo, I'm not signing that prenup. I'm gonna say what happens to forever. What happens to forever? Because then what's the point of getting to? Okay.
Damn, exactly, nigga.
What's the point? Why would we get married to her then?
I'd understand from her perspective. I'd say, okay, you don't want me to, maybe you've seen a few red flags from me, which, I mean, I don't have any red flags, by the way. But if you did, and, you're like, okay, well, maybe one day, somewhere down the line, I switch up, I'm different, I change based on how many years we've been together. Something may happen, but...
Yeah, cause
I'd have to do it if she requested it.
What kind of guy would I be if I was up and I would have women sign it, but if a woman was up, I wouldn't sign it. I would sign it because she gotta prepare for the worst. The worst ain't gonna happen because of me and shit, but we gotta prepare for the worst by me with you forever.
Can't be no hypocrite.
Yeah.
I do feel you. Which is why I would just say, well, then I guess we're not getting married unless we. I mean, I ain't signing it. I ain't signing no prenup. Period.
No matter which side you're on, no.
Which side? Because otherwise,
Okay.
I'd rather just stay where I'm at. Like, why get married? I'm gonna marry you for what?
Hey, stand on your word. That's all that matters. Bro.
That is true.
I feel you.
That's true.
Another true thing, though.
This is another true thing. So let's toast to this, and this is the fact that black men don't cheat.
Never. Not a day in their lives.
We appreciate Jay Ham for coming through today.
Absolutely. Had to keep it real with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's been great hanging out with the crew. Getting lit over here. Jham tweets on Twitter, Jham _ on the gram on Instagram, and if you're looking for my music, just search Jham and I'm everywhere, baby.
Y'all make sure y'all go check them out immediately.
Yeah, big facts.